Hey everyone, I am Ashish and welcome to this AI bootcamp. So we are on the topic of loops. So first loop we will be discussing is for loop. So the concept of loop goes like if you were to repeat a code, let's say 4 times, you can manually write it. Okay. But if you have a code that needs repetition in hundreds, like you want to write a same code 100 times, that's where you use something like loop. Loop the code for 100 times. That's the logic behind it. Let's see the syntax. So right now, I want to print hello 5 times. So I'm saying for I in range 5, print hello. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Range 5 will produce for me 5 numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I in range 5, let's see what I in range 5 gives you. I in range 5. I need to select the kernel. Variable I is not defined, but can I say 0 is in the range? Yes, 0 is inside the range. 4 is inside the range. Yes, true. So when this entire thing is used in conjunction with the for loop, so for I in range 5, meaning uh, for I in range 5, print hello. So I will take the values, the variable I will take the values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like let's say hello, the value of I is placeholder, placeholder, and let's use a dot format right over here. Dot format the value of I. So you see, this same code block which was print hello the value of I is got repeated 5 times with different values of I. So yep, that's what are loops. The first among them is for loop. The second is while loop. Like we can in Python we can iterate over the list as well. So somewhere along the line I must have created a list. So it's like let's say list one equals 1 2 4 7. So for I in list one, print for me the values of I. I will take I, the variable I will take the values of 1, 2, 4, and 7 in subsequent iterations. In the first iteration, the value of I will be 1. The second iteration, this thing. Third iteration, the value will be 4. Fourth iteration, the value of I would be 7. And it doesn't really matter if you take I, you can take any variable name. Like you can say for AV in list 1, print AV and the output is still the same. All that matters is what variable you are choosing. That's it. But as a standard, we usually use I. I don't know really why programmers love this kind of this letter I, but it becomes a hobby afterwards. Okay, so that was your for loop. Then while loop, take a look. Just like you have a for loop, you have a while loop. While loop goes, while something is true, do for me this. That's the logic behind it. So, like, let's say there is a variable called counter. While the counter is greater than 2, is 10 greater than 2? Yes, it is greater than 2. The current value of I is counter. Counter is greater than 2, print just that. Now it will cause a infinite loop because uh, this code will keep on repeating. So I need a way to break out of this loop. While counter is greater than 2, print for me these two lines. So I am writing counter equals counter minus 1. So decrease the value of counter by 1 in each iteration. So let's do it this way first of all. So and the value is I'm writing value of counter is placeholder dot format. It's getting big. I'll just use f string counter f string. All right. So see, what I'm doing right now is while the counter is greater than 2, in the first iteration, the counter's value is 10. Counter's value in the first iteration is 10. It is greater than 2. So this line will be printed. And then uh, subtract 1 from it. So the counter becomes 9. In the second iteration, counter becomes 9. And because 9 is also greater than 2, so while condition becomes true. While 9 is greater than 2, while true, do for me this. And so on, you have the looping value. That's the logic behind while loop. And this is just a refresher, not a very comprehensive course, I know, but in the interest of time, let's make it short only. Then we have three statements which we use inside functions and loops. So let's say if you have a counter variable of, let's say, 10, and you're writing while the counter is greater than 5, do something. Okay, counter is definitely greater than 5. But if counter reaches 7, then break out of the loop and don't do anything else. I mean, as soon as you reach the value of 7, stop the loop, break out of the current loop. That's it. That's what break statement means. So you will see the first line, the value of counter 10, the value of counter 9, the value of counter 8. And as the counter reached the value 7, the break statement occurred. Then there is continue. Continue means that, like let's say, if the counter value is 7, then continue, don't do anything really. Then continue towards the next loop. That's it. Don't execute the loop further. Just continue on to the next loop. That's what continue means. And there's a pass as well. Yeah, this is the pass statement. I believe we have not discussed custom functions. So I will introduce to you something like this. For I in 1, 2, 7, 9, let's print uh, the value of I, but with condition that if I equals 7, just pass, don't do anything. Pass means that, uh, okay, I don't think this is correct. For if I equals 7, print I. Yeah, pass just means that I haven't written a code yet. So, don't just throw an error. Just like the error you saw. Like if I don't use pass, so I cannot, state a empty code over here. But in a lot of situations, you will be required to write your code incompletely. So you need to catch that syntax error. So in those cases, you will just say pass. Just don't throw me an error. Don't do anything unexpected. I know what I'm doing. That's what the pass keyword is for. Just not to throw the error. Now let's understand custom functions. Custom function is defined by the keyword def. I'm saying let's define a custom function func1, and it takes a value, let's say without a value. And this custom function, all this custom function does is this is a custom function. So right now I have defined the function, but I haven't called it. So if I write func1 and just write it, you will see that I have defined a function inside the main module, which we'll be talking about maybe if we have time. And I execute the function one, and I'm executing the function one. But without the brackets, the function would not be initialized. The word initialized I have used, I know, but we will be looking at the word initialization in the 10th notebook. So the function is define the function for me. And whenever you call the function, basically when you call the function using the brackets, just run the function as it is. So let's change it now. Now I will say define the function, and this will take an argument called array1. I'm just calling it array1. I'm not creating an array. So array1 f string. All right. So this all this function does is call the function with the array. variable array. It could be anything, high, low. As you can see, this is a custom function, high and low. So we are using placeholders right now. That's the power of custom functions. And there is a different way of writing this custom function as well. That would be a lambda function. So lambda, and you can say lambda variable name. Variable name could be anything at all. I'm just calling it lambda vary. Let's call it vary. Okay. Lambda vary. Do for me one thing. Just print the value of vary is so on. All right. This is a lambda function. I've defined a lambda function. So let's store it as a name as well. So I'm writing this as func2 equals my lambda function. So if I write func2, nothing would happen really. But if I want to call it, like let's say I'm calling it, but take a look. If you call a function, if a function needs an argument and you call the function without an argument, it will throw an error. Like let's say if I call func1 just like this, it might throw me an error. Yes, because it's saying that, hey, I am expecting one array, but where is the array? You didn't give me any array. So it's saying missing one required positional argument called array1. So you need to pass at least something to it. Function 8, I'm passing. This is a custom function and the value is 8. And in the same fashion, we have lambda, only the syntax is different. It's called a one-liner function. And lambda functions are used in Pandas module and data analysis. So that's why lambda are also important to understand, very much important. All right. So lambda vary, print for me the value of vary is, oh, I haven't passed the value of vary and I haven't given it the f string as well. Yeah, now it should work. Okay, empty expression is not allowed. The value of vary is vary. Yep, of course. Oh, it's also saying to me that, okay, you're calling a function, but you're not passing anything in this function. So let's say I'm writing over here high, not high, it's high. So it's the same thing really. You can pass a array to it, list, I mean, you can pass a list of, let's say, A, B, and C, and you will see the value of vary is A, B, C. And why am I using this thing? Something like this you will be using as well. Lambda, take two arguments x and y and return x plus y. Return means store the value somewhere. All right. So I can save this function as function 3. And now if I call function 3 with two arguments, 5 and 6, I'm expecting an answer of 5 plus 6, 11. All right. Okay. So there's one more way you can write the lambda functions, although this way is not really used at all. But you should know that because it's a function, you can use it in this way as well. This is a function and function takes argument. So you can pass the arguments directly, 7, 8. Yeah. All right. So I used a word called return. Now let's understand what returns mean. So I'm defining a function. It takes two argument a and b, and it's asking for me if a plus b is divisible by 2. If a plus b divided by 2 equals 0, means if a plus b, if the value of a plus b is even, return for me the number. Otherwise, don't do anything because I haven't written the code of what I'll be doing in the else block. So let's see. Function 1, I'm calling function 1, 3 and 9, that is 12. Return for me the value of 12, a plus b. But if I say function 2 comma 9, that will be 11. So it wouldn't do anything. It would just go to the else block and the pass statement. So there we go. All right, let's discuss the next as well. String formatting we have already discussed. You can Read this notebook on your own to get some more info. And in the next video, we will be discussing classes, the introduction to classes basically.